All right, Shalom. Before I start, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai Bahashim, Rachachodash. Give honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to all the elect Akim, Wa'akwath, learning and teaching in truth and sincerity. Another video through the Spirit. Their brother Malak from GMS Detroit. A quick lesson right here, man. Keisha, you run into the enemy. And the heathen are running to us, you know, and it's this ironic paradigm that you're seeing right now, quite literally. It's not just, you know, when you have people doing hundreds of thousands of videos of it on social media, it's real. It's not just a meme. It's not just, you know, we're making things up. You can see that here in America, the black man faces a unique hyper focus on, you know, his sexuality, right? Who he chooses to lay with. Esau Edom, the so-called white man, knows that, you know, Israelite men like to produce children. So to mitigate that, he's set up an entire campaign to make it harder, right? Women's lib, feminism. You know, he's pushed a spirit of independence on our women. He's pushed a spirit of swirling, right? Our women abandoning us to go lay with Edomites. And through all that, you still see, you know, women still choosing to be with Israelite men. And what I want to focus on at the beginning of this video are women who are leaving us believing that they're going to upgrade and get with the heathen, the enemy who enslaved us. You're just making a poor choice, because when all things go south and go bad, they're gonna kill you. That's the difference between you and us. Becky trying to raise up all this. Becky gonna get, you know what I'm saying? Which is, you know, well, that happened to a couple. Has there been a couple niggas that have been killed by their heathen woman counterparts? Yeah, but it's few and far in between. Now, how many black women have been killed by these white men? It's a lot. It's a lot, because they don't actually value you as a human being. You're just a nigger sex toy. So at the moment you get to acting up, sometimes they take your life. So stop trying, you trying to emulate and do. You can't do what we do. The Israelite man is allowed to sleep with women of other nations because that child is an Israelite. When you sleep with a man of another nation, you're bringing forth his nation. You can't do what we do, and you're forbidden from doing that in the law. We're not. Right? We were only told at that time, when clearing out the land, not to lay with those heathens, the seven, different Hamitic tribes. Might have been more than seven, right? Canaanites, Perizzites, Hittites, Girgashites, Jebusites, right? All the ites that was in the land of Canaan. I already think I said Canaanites. You understand what I'm saying? So let's start with this, Proverbs 3:31. Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways. And that's what it comes down to. Our women want to live the life of the enemy, but that's not our lot. We're the Israelites. We're under the curses. It is what it is. Let's let it play.
These niggas be so crazy. This nigga was just feeding the... Nope, hey, don't touch me. This nigga was just feeding to fuck me. Now he mad because I'm trying to get an Uber home. Now you like, get the fuck out my car. No, nigga. Now you're gonna fucking wait. Nope, now you're gonna wait. Now you're gonna wait. These niggas be so crazy. This nigga was just feeding the... Nope, hey, don't touch me. This nigga was just feeding to fuck me. Now he mad because I'm trying to get an Uber home. Now you like, get the fuck out my car. No, nigga. Now you're gonna fucking wait. Nope, now you're gonna wait. Now you're gonna wait. You must These niggas be
things about yourself. For this black woman says she only
easy. This
running, he runs up front ahead of her. He made a joke about killing her. When he found out she was recording, he said he was joking. Every response to that video, she has defended it, saying, "Don't leave me alone. I'm happy here. I found my white man. I'm good." Everyone has seen that. I'm sure a lot of you have seen this video where this black woman says she only dates white men, and recently matched with some white man, and the white man she matched with basically said the N-word. She told him not to say it. The white man flipped on her, said every black girl he's ever dated has let him say it, so she better let him say it. When she refused, he went off on her, and she's come on saying she's done dating white men. She's now going to switch to black men and black women. And I'm sure everyone knows that our women are there's so many books they've written teaching teaching each other how to bag a white man, and in those books every single thing that black men complain about, that they tell us to shut the fuck up about, the wigs, the attitude, everything that we tell them to change about themselves that they say no, in these books they're telling each other, if you want to get a white man, you have to change these things about yourself. For the black man, fuck that nigga, be your best self. If you don't want you like that, you can do bad by yourself, but if you want a white man, you have to change these things about yourself. Now the point of this video is white men are now getting, like, we're in a time where white people are being comfortable being overtly and blatantly racist, and a lot of white men, we're seeing a lot of black women are coming online now to complain about white men being aggressive and acting like they have this, like they deserve, like they sense of ownership, like, you know. So what I'm trying to make this say is the next wave now is, I hope y'all are ready, because we're going to start getting blamed for white men feeling like they have ownership over black women. We're going to take the blame for it. I hope y'all are ready. For white men feeling entitled to the black woman's body, the white man feeling entitled to the black woman's time, we're going to get the blame for it. We'll be blamed for everything. They won't, Pastor Lobster, they won't look at that era of them begging these men. Nope. Y'all remember the Dylan Roof, the guy that shot up the black church? When he was sentenced, the day he was sentenced, white man's whore was trending. Black women were on the internet calling themselves white man's whore. That day, I'm not gonna lie, that day broke my heart in ways you could not imagine. That has nothing.
That's some sad shit. That's some sad shit. That dude killed a church full of Jake, and Keisha was online talking about they're the white man's whore. That's Stockholm syndrome, right? Falling in love with the captor. That's quite literally what that is, and it's sick. It's sick to the stomach. You know, in the plantation days, you know, massa show up, you know, take your woman, take advantage of her. She kicking and screaming, but eventually she'll stop kicking and screaming and just go with it because it came with benefits. We're dealing with the modern day era of that. The only problem is we're at the end of the world. So you go side with the enemy, and here soon, when society collapses and there's no more law and order, they're going to destroy you. They're going to cannibalize you. They're going to grape you. They're going to do horrible things. And you're going to realize that, you trying to insult us by being with them was a bad choice. Most Israelite men, right? Negro, Latino, Native American, they don't get with white women to make black women jealous, right? Or heathen women. They get with heathen women to have a more peaceful relationship, because our women have been taught that it's perfectly fine to disrespect us and not obey our authority, right? And I'm telling you what's in most men's head. Men don't walk around, man, how can I piss a black woman off? That's not our normal prerogative. Men walk around, when men look for a woman, they look for peace, a comfort, a helpmeet, like it says in the scriptures, which many of our women, not all, obviously, some of these sisters are decent, but many, and I will say most, in the Western world here in America, have been completely overthrown in their mind. So that's some sick shit. That's some sick shit that they said.
They will not look at all their actions that have led these men to feel entitled to their bodies. They won't look at these books. They won't look at the black wife effect. They won't look at the fact that Saturday Night Live made fun of the black woman's desire for black men. Yes, look this up. NBC, Saturday Night Live made fun of the black wife effect. They won't look at all of these things that make these men feel entitled to them and their bodies. No, they will look at us and blame something. They will blame us for this. So I hope you guys are ready, because the next stage now, once the white men are getting more comfortable, when MAGA goes into full blown.
So
let me ask you this: is there anything
now let me see. So now let me come back here. Let's grab the clip that he was referring to. I know some of y'all done seen it.
Show you.
So this is a situation this Keisha, you know, found herself in and was about to potentially lose her life, and she's been on the internet defending him.
Is it? Is it?
Don't you record that?
Yeah.
I was just kidding. Kill you. This is frozen.
This is where I was gonna kill you. Oh, you were recording? I just noticed. Hey, you know what? Hey, let me let my man speak.
Good for you. It is hilarious how stupid some of you black folks get in my comments, bragging that you got a better job than me, a better car than me, or a better house than me. Well done, slave. You have risen to the highest ranks of slavery. You are making your masters rich. You know how to talk shit about a cracker, and you know how to make a cracker rich. You made Hilfiger richer beyond his wildest dreams, and he didn't even like you. You made a subculture of making a cracker rich that openly disliked you, while buying clothes you couldn't afford instead of paying your rent or buying baby formula. Some of y'all ain't watching the board, you dig? Good for you. It is hilarious.
So that's what E, you know, feels about you. Some of y'all ain't watching the board. You niggas is busy trying to look cute. And Keisha, what you don't... They're not playing with us. They don't like us. You're running to these men thinking they're your salvation, right? Your meal ticket. You can't do what we do. They want to wipe us the fuck out and wipe you out. And you out here jogging like something's cute, and it's not. They actively intend to destroy you. Come on now. So they're trying to excuse me, Slakia. Keisha sees us, the Israelite man, being clamored after on the internet by heathen women, and it's a thing that eats them up, you know. And it's just one of those things, man. You can't do what we do, man. And it doesn't benefit you. You know, a Jake man getting with a heathen woman a lot of times, you know, should be helping a brother out, because we are under the curses. That's just a mating strategy that we have access to that you don't. And you're trying to replicate it, and it doesn't hurt anyone but you, because they want to kill you and wipe you the fuck out. Here it is. Let me get this. They looking for Jake. Let me get this. What'd she say?
Black People Run Club. Are white people allowed in your Black People Run Club?
Yeah, absolutely. You go.
I'm looking for a black king.
Check this out.
She looking for a black king. And they looking for a, what do you say? All my other black women, let me call them the monkey, right? Two whole different mentalities behind it. Let me play you another one real quick. You can't do what we do. And that's what you not us. And Esau, he's taking full advantage of it. All right, I got this right here. You know, when our women lay down with the heathen man, they produce a little bastard, right? A tear, as we call them. The slang term. Leviticus 24. I want to start at 10. It says, "And the son of an Israelitish woman, whose father was an Egyptian, went out among the children of Israel, and this son of the Israelitish woman and a man of Israel strove together in the camp. And the Israelitish woman's son blasphemed the name of Yahweh and cursed. And they brought him unto Moses, and his mother's name was Shelemith, the daughter of Debri of the tribe of Dan." So here it is. You go lay down with a heathen man, and thinking you're about to get some sort of benefit. And so we don't know the backstory, right? Obviously, she probably would have got with this guy while they were in Egypt, right? Had that child, made it through the Exodus, and now we're here, right? Well, guess what? Since they don't have the spirit of an Israelite, they're not our friends or allies. This is the difference between a man and a woman. Women produce the child of whatever man lays down with them. Now, granted, right, we'll be fair, just because Israelite man has a child, I'll put it to you like this, right? You read in certain places, Judges, Deuteronomy, the example in Nehemiah, you can have Israelites born to heathen mothers that get taken over by their mother's mindset, right, and led into idolatry. That does happen. Nonetheless, those children are still Israelites. All you got to do is beat their ass and reteach them the right way, just like in Nehemiah. Hold up. You come down here, right? Nehemiah 13 and 22, it says, "And I commanded the Levites that they should cleanse themselves and that they should come and keep the gates to sanctify the Sabbath day. Remember me, O my power, concerning this also, and spare me according to the greatness of thy mercy. In those days also saw I Jews that had married wives of Ashdod, of Ammon, and of Moab. And their children spake half in the speech of Ashdod, and could not speak in the Jews' language, but according to the language of each people. And I contended with them, and cursed them, and smote certain of them, and plucked off their hair, and made them swear by the power, saying, Ye shall not give your daughters unto their sons, nor take their daughters unto your sons, or for yourselves." So right here, you have these young Israelites who were born to heathen mothers, and since they were raised up in the culture of their mothers, right, they weren't speaking Hebrew, and obviously they would not have been observing the law to the best of their ability. So Nehemiah, put it in decree here, leave these women alone. All right. This was done to get Jake back on track. You got to remember the era. And this is the understanding, because, guys will go to these scriptures. See, a man can't do that. No, dickhead. Jake was trying to get it back in order, especially the Levites, right? Because they have to serve in the temple. Nonetheless, these children are Israelites. All you got to do is whoop their ass and whip them back into shape. You can't never whoop a heathen into shape. That's why in Leviticus 24th chapter, what was done to that young man for cursing the Heavenly Father? He was fucking stoned to death. Ain't no rehabilitation for a heathen. You get put to death. That's the difference. Y'all can't do what we do. Y'all can't do what we do. Rehoboam was still an Israelite. David is still an Israelite, right? These are men who had heathen women in their bloodline. Y'all can't do what we do. All right, I'm gonna come back here and let this play now. All right, because what you're seeing, heathen women clamor after Israelite men, and many of our women, they take on a spirit of jealousy and hatred for it, and it simply is what it is. It simply is what it is.
Men be leading the game since day one in the dating market. Let's address that, okay? Why black men be leading the game since day one in the dating market? Let's address that, okay? Now, this is based on some girls' chats and everything leaked info. So I'm sorry, girls. I just gotta spell it out because these men are not giving me peace. So number one, they're smooth talkers. Smooth talkers always win in the dating game, okay? Indian guys, instead of crying in my comment section, know how to talk to the men. That is so important. That's gonna open doors for you. Who doesn't like a charming man? Like charisma, energy, always win in dating. That's number one. Number two, body. They're athletic. They got great genetics, okay? Another attractive quality. A man being hot? Are you kidding me? And if they're good in the bed, that's a bonus, okay? Number four, they're handy. A handy man is a useful man. And a useful man is a sexy man. You see how the formula works? That's how it works, okay? Number four, they spend money on you. Attractive as hell. That's attractive. Okay? So this is called a total package. And if Indian men or any other men who you want to improve, just work on these skills. Why black?
So, these are all qualities, bitches, love. That doesn't necessarily make you a man of the Lord. But she's telling you, why she loves herself, an Israelite brother. And it just is what it is, y'all. All the women of the nations desire Israelite men. Socioeconomically, they may suffer a little bit because we're under the curses, or, in status amongst their people, they may suffer. Getting called in, mud shark this, coal burner that. Nonetheless, we're the most desirable men on the planet, and our women, you can't try to replicate that. You go out here and try to play with these white boys, and they're gonna fucking kill you. It's not a joke anymore. All right, now I'm not gonna click on these, but I'm just showing you You know, some of the famous cases, you just had that girl die at the top recently, right? That soft girl life, right? She wanted to get with the enemy, try to, you know, make her life easier in Babylon. She ended up deceased. Another one right here. She ended up deceased. This is a whole list, actually.
Because when you notice black women going for white men, they don't take all them weaves with them. They don't take all them.
These are all Israelite women who have died at the hands of their Edomite male counterparts. Now, yes, is there certain heathen women that kill their Jake boyfriend / husbands? Yeah, it happens, but it's rare and few and in between. This is a regularly occurring phenomenon between so-called black women and white men. They end up fucking killing you. It's not the same. So your desire to try to, you know, cross over is getting you murked.
Ashes with them. They don't take all that makeup with them. They don't take that obesity with them. They don't do none of all of that deep voice, haughty, I'm gonna get in your face, cuss you out, boy, you better. They don't bring none of that to Zaddy. None of it. Because they know that Zaddy don't accept that. And he not gonna accept them with it. They're gonna have to act like women if they want Zaddy to pay them any attention at all.
And that's what old boy was saying in the first clip. The things that we ask them to do, right, to decrease the masculinity and to increase their femininity, they don't do it for us because they don't see us as men, which is fine, right? We're in captivity right along with them. Cool. Now, what does the Heavenly Father think? You know what he thinks? He lets you get with them and he lets them kill you.
And they're gonna have to be the best kind of women to get the lowest white men. They're gonna have to be the best quality of women to get the lowest quality of white men. Black women don't have standards for Zaddy. They got standards for black men, but they don't have none. None of that astronomical, super duper expectations, crazy stuff. They don't have that for Zaddy. They have it for you. Black men, you gotta jump through hoops. See, black women will tell black men that I'm not gonna settle. So her standards are non-negotiable. They go completely out the window when a white man come along. What standards? He could be anybody. He could be a bum. He can do anything. He can be anything. He can be nothing. And she'll go for it. She'll go for it. She'll pick me for him. That's why she got all them standards. You're not a man to begin with to the modern hyena. You are a slave to them. Remember, they overseers that identify with Zaddy. So,
wow, this picture's crazy.
you're a slave. So you as black men gotta prove that you can come out of slave status to get to her level or above. Ain't that right, hyenas? Black men gotta prove that he can get out of slave status to be on your level or above. But the reality is, in your mind, the only one above you is master. And black men will never be William Cartwright. Black men gotta spend a ton of money. They gotta be fine. He got to be fine. Okay? Not a little cute. He got to be so fine that you somewhere about to jump out your drawers. But he gotta be entertaining. He gotta be funny. He gotta be charming. He gotta be this. He gotta be that. He gotta take care of your kids, or at least feed them on the first date. If you got, 2-3 kids, you expect him to take you on an expensive date, and you expect him to pay for food to go so you can feed your kids and your mama that's at the house. Because when you know.
Hey, and that's the Crimson Cure talking in the background. She's a red pill female. She be getting on Keisha, get they shit in order. Even though she's a Muslim, right? We don't promote that. But she has her head covered, and she be getting on sisters, get they shit in order. On the other end. So, sisters, man, hey, to the wicked women of our nation that are they think that this is the way out. It's not. You need to return to your God. You need to return to your man. You're an Israelite, and you need to get in order, right? That's your only solution for this. Running to the enemy, sleeping with the enemy is not the solution to it's not the solution for us, the Israelite man, either. It just makes our life more peaceful, because them hoes do what we say. All right, but we not trusting in these heathen women for our salvation. That's the difference. Y'all are trusting in the white man for your salvation out of this bad time in Babylon. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. You got to get you a Israelite man of the Lord. And if you don't, what's going to happen? Micah 7:10. Then she that is mine enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her which said unto me, where is Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai thy power? Mine eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the streets. If you don't want to get right and get in order, you're going to lose. Hey, you don't think our women in past captivities did the same thing? You don't think you had women turn on us in the Babylonian captivity and the Persian Medial captivity, the Greek, the Roman? Of course they did. And where are they all now? Deceased. Right? And obviously, everyone's been reincarnated, but you understand, it didn't work. It doesn't work. Stop it. All right? You're going to be destroyed on Judgment Day. Let's stop playing. Hey, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachakwanash, the honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to all the elect Akim, Wa Akwat, learning, teaching, and truth and sincerity. Shalom.